Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Sorry we are late. I'm waiting for the others to show up, but I wanted to get started. So, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, watch old videos. Yes, do all of that. So, hopefully, you are having an amazing start to your weekend. I'm just saying, winding down, listening to, or getting ready to get into this topic. And for this week, um, we do have some clips to share as promised from the Sydney interview. So some of you may have watched it. If you went and looked it up, it was right there. I just did not share it because we were going to do a video on it this week. So let's get started. So the first clip, I'll actually start with the clip. The first clip, let me see, is going to be, where should we start? Let's see. I want to start with talking shit, or y'all want to start with talking shit? Talking shit, me too. So we will start with, actually, I'll start positive while we wait for the girls. I'll start with, so the show tonight, let me start with that. Show tonight is about the dating safety in the trans space and the tricks and stunts that they pull that are probably not so favorable for us women because we don't do some of those things. And now some women are doing some of those things just to like stay intact with something that's not really real. So let's get into the first clip. We'll start with something positive because why not? Here we go.
Just interested to know about your son, daughter.
Okay, all right.
Dad.
Good.
Dad. So how did you feel when you first found out about Sydney's transition?
Well, I love Sydney no matter what she wants to be. You know, it doesn't really matter to me because Sydney got to live her own life,
True.
just like I'm living mine. So, you know, I'm happy that she's happy.
Were you shocked?
That's the bottom line. And I love her no matter what she wants to be.
Were you shocked?
Well, you know, you would be shocked. I mean, anybody would be shocked about that. But I'm just saying that I was able to overcome that shock.
Mm-hmm.
And like I accept Sydney whatever way she wants to be. And as long as Sydney's happy, and I'm happy for her.
So I think it's fair to say that anything that you hear right about your children, a loved one, anybody, anything that's different than what you consider to be normal is probably going to be something that you have to get used to. So in any space, if you're dropping a bomb on somebody or again doing something that is outside of what is regularly done, it's only fair to expect that people are going to need time to adjust the same way you needed time to adjust to telling it, right? Because how many of us, something happens and you tell right away? You usually don't. You work it out in your head. You have to come to terms with it. So I think that was fair. And I really love that the father is supportive. So now let's get into the bullshit. This is the trickery for me. So this interview, I'm telling you, child, listen, I had no ideas. And like the other guests that have been in the comments, viewers, questions in my inbox, everybody, right? Even let's just say scared of worms. I'll give an example. I'm terrified. I wouldn't do it. But some people are afraid of things or they don't know about things or they don't want to see it, but they want to see it because they want to know how it happened, how it happens, things like that. But they don't really want to see it. So this is one of those things. So the interview for me, it took me a minute and I did not get through all of it because I couldn't digest all of it. But that was just me. So I am going to start with the first thing. You ready? Oh my gosh, I'm ready. Okay, here we go. Okay, are y'all ready for real? Okay, let's
go. I thought it was more fab, you know, to say, oh yeah, I got a pussy now.
What do you have now?
Let's just say, let's just say me and you both can stand up together.
Oh my God.
The same stall if I wanted to.
So you don't want a pussy no more?
One of the reasons why I wanted to get a pussy. because I wanted to be center stage, butt ass naked, pussy wide open. Like, wham. Yeah.
Relax, just calm down.
So I warned y'all to begin with that it was going to be some words, and I'm not that good of an editor yet where I can peg it on time and be able to get certain words out. I'm not that good yet. I took out as much as I could. 𝑹𝒐𝒂𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒂𝒄. Listen, my concern goes back to, how can you be honest if the vision that you have is delusional? If you're creating something, then you're also creating reasons why you're doing things, what really exists, and things like that, right? Who would really, or we would think, who would really want to undergo such an evasive surgery, such a critical surgery? Like, one wrong move, and there's a lot of blood and things down there. Anything could happen. Hell, you could go to a dentist and get a tooth pulled and not make it out. And unfortunately, that has happened in my family. You have to sign a waiver with anything that you have. So the first thing is that you literally came into this wanting to be deceptive. And throughout the interview, instead of using the word lie, the word deception was preferred. Again, wanting to create something that's not there. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Anything intentional that you say or allow to be believed without correcting it, it is a lie, right? Just like we talked, I think last week, about one of the people that we know and went to school with that was not forthcoming about what they were. As soon as questions came about, like, I know you from somewhere, you look familiar. And you just stand there like, oh, people tell me that all the time. Because you're still in the same city and they looking for that other person that look just like you, just a slight bit different. It's a lie. You're a liar. It's a lie. Just so we're clear. And that's not very safe. But you were willing to try to go undergo surgery simply because, again, you wanted the glitz and glam of what a vagina offers. But a vagina is attached to a whole lot more. That, again, that's why, as a woman, I'm speaking for myself, as a female, since I guess it's female, male, as a female, born female, I can't even understand how you would think that you should, one, rename us. I'm not cis, I'm a woman. Cis is what my sisters call me. And then to want to compare yourself, yeah, that's a no for me. You want the illusion, you want the fun parts, you want all of those things, but I don't see you asking for a uterus to be installed or anything that could even remotely mirror what we have to experience in reality. So, honey, that is deception number one. I played that one because it starts before it starts. That was when she was young, that she came out and labeled it, I don't want to tell my business. When you sharing your body with somebody, it's not, that's my business. But again, when you create this reality, you create a space, and you also include people within that space that agree with what you do, so they continue to feed it instead of correcting it, because generally you're around like-minded people when you want to live in delusion, when you don't want to be corrected, when you don't want to do better. So that's that. But baby, listen, stop saying the P word, okay? I mean, I absolutely say it, but not like that. Yeesh. Okay, so y'all want to hear the truth? Let's see how the interviewer gets so damn uncomfortable. It is hilarious. It's hilarious to me because if you know who you're interviewing, you kind of set yourself up for that interview. You get in the vibe, you get in that space so that space can't throw you off. And when it does, it's like, what the hell just happened? So let me play this next clip, and here we go.
But you would never talk to a trans girl if you, I mean, if you didn't know.
What?
If so, say like you talk to this badass female, and I mean, just
Go ahead.
going off by the way she looks or whatever.
Your nipples out.
Maybe I wanted it to be out.
Just put them up.
These nipples have a mind of their own, though. But no, so this is what I mean. So say you talk a badass female. Y'all talking about like 2 days. And then she come out and be like, just want to let you know I am transgender.
I'm running.
You running?
I'm running.
Why? You ain't even give it a chance.
I don't think I want to.
What if she just like wanted to just like give you oral?
That's what y'all be doing. That's what y'all be doing. Y'all be just so quick to give a nigga some head and don't even say nothing.
See, I don't be tricking the boys no more.
But you used to.
Back in the day, when I didn't like want my business out, yeah. And I'm not saying that was right. And at this day, let me just say this to the world: if you are a beautiful trans woman, whatever, let me not say beautiful. It could be just trans woman. Please let these guys know. I don't agree with tricking dudes. That is not a thing.
I don't agree either.
It's not. But I mean, when I was younger, I did it a lot, but I'm not proud of that.
Okay.
And thank God that I'm still here amongst the living.
Listen, I just need to understand, how could you really ask that question? To ask that question, it lets you know that something just isn't right upstairs. It's just not. If somebody is not into something, I just don't think that it should be offered to that person because Jesus, hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. Brief intermission. 1 second. I have a bit of an emergency. Literally 2 minutes, please. Thank you. Thank you for that brief intermission. Okay, so literally when you're doing something like that, Jesus, I hate to be interrupted. What was I? We were talking about the last clip. This is why I welcome y'all into my home. Because baby, listen, one thing is gonna happen, especially when you have other people. So let's see. The last clip. Oh, just like if you are being offered, let's just say you go to a party, right? And at this party, you don't do drugs, right? And then somebody offers it to you, tries to push it down your throat and things like that. You would be absolutely offended, right? You would be like, why are you even offering this to me? This doesn't even make any sense. You would be offended. So then in the space of sexuality, how that isn't understood, I sincerely don't understand, because it's more of, again, the delusion that's attached to the beginning. This is what I want to come out of this. And because I want this and I want this person that is attached, I'm willing to do whatever to accomplish what I want, right? It's deception. It's not right. I don't even think that it should be offered. People at parties when you drink, and a lot of times these things happen in parties when people are drinking and things like that. And so because the person is drinking, they do different things, right? They don't exactly see you as the male that you are. I mean, they know that, but you don't look like one. So sometimes things happen because people offer it. So no, that's not okay. Let's get into the next clip while Twin adjusts her camera.
Yeah.
Y'all killing me tonight in real life. Jesus. Hold on.
When you used to trick niggas or lie,
Deceive. That's, yeah.
when they found out, or did they ever find out? How would you hide that? Like if you fucking with a nigga, you don't want a nigga to know. You just suck his dick all the time and tell him I'm on my period
I'm just on my period, yeah. Tell him I'm on my period. I've actually trick fucked a nigga too before.
How you do that? Wait. Oh.
you just get in the dark, you hold and stuff like this.
Hold it?
Yeah, you just hold a little something, you put a little towel under it, be like, I'm spotting real bad now, so just be gentle. And then when you got a lot of booty, it helps. You got a lot of ass.
A nigga ain't touching down there, like.
One time, okay, no, but one time, one dude, he was so excited, he was getting a little excited. He came around, he reached around. I said, I said, I'm spotting. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me, no. Don't you dare.
Oh shit. When you used to trick niggas or lie.
Deceive, that's, yeah.
When they found out, or did they ever find out?
Um,
How would you hide that? Like if you fucking.
It's a deception for me. How do you literally? What are your thoughts, Ro? I've been talking. You go ahead and talk.
Me watching that whole interview, it was just crazy. I really was just at a loss of words. I just didn't understand. Still, she would tell them she on her period and everything, but still before all that, they gonna be feeling and all that. Like, I don't understand how they are able to trick somebody like that. Like, us being a woman, we know how men are. So I just can't believe that you can tell them don't touch and they just don't. Like,
Right.
that a person like me would want to have to see it in real life. Like, I
Right.
would have to see it.
So, I don't understand either. So the clip that we played already was the one I opened with the dad basically saying that he accepts her, and as long as she's happy, then that's all that matters. So number one, starting with acceptance, and people should be who they are, and the people that will love you will accept you, and the ones that don't will not. Just like anybody else. And then there was I played the clip of the part where he asked her if I were to try to, well, if a trans woman was to try to talk to you, would you still talk to them if you found out like a couple days later, like she is a baddie, she's this and that, and 2 days later you find out she's trans, would you still talk to her? And he was like, no. And then she was like, but you didn't even give it a chance.
I think that's why I said, when is the time to tell him? Because when she said that too, like, well, remember when he asked, would that person be gay if they found out later that was a trans? And she was like, no, because he wasn't attracted.
Don't say that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I only comment on what I just asked you.
No. It's a lot.
It's deception. I just don't understand why it's a hard question. I think it's a hard question because people are scared to answer the question. Point blank period. When I ask somebody what you want to know, everybody, you want to know, then why is it a hard question?
And why do they want to keep it a secret
because they want what they want?
Yeah,
the same
but to
reason
me,
a married man is not going to tell you he married.
Right, but I just don't be understanding, like, if you say that you're happy to be transgender, male or female, why is it a secret? Like, you should tell that to the mountaintop. Like, if you are happy with what you really want to be, why is it a secret? So that's be the confusing part for me. Like, I don't understand why it's still a secret.
Me either. I think that I agree with you. We have these pride parades. We have people standing with you and welcoming you. I don't understand. If that's what you did it because you were happy to do it. Nobody forced you to do it. So where does that part come in? That part comes in because I want what I want. And again, this is why I say that testosterone in this space doesn't align. That's why, because you don't want to not get what you don't want. The same thing we have to deal with from males. Why do they not tell us that a woman is way more forthcoming, way more. even to the point where, because we prefer to get to what we want faster,
Right.
and we want it to be authentic. It appears as though a lot don't care if it's authentic, and I don't understand. But we'll get into the one you just said, so you could bridge over to that. So I
Okay.
think it is. Y'all don't. Oh, this is one.
Do you think a man that fucks with a transsexual is gay?
Mm-mm.
Why
I
not?
said this plenty of times. No. A man that fucks with a transsexual woman is completely straight.
You honestly believe that?
What can I say? Hold on. To make it real for real. Like, is
Is the sky blue? What?
is Jamie Lee Curtis a hermaphrodite? Yes.
Oh.
Is that true? You are straight if you deal with a transsexual woman. Because let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at me, do I look like a nigga?
No.
Perfect. So if a man is attracted to a woman, and that's all he's attracted to femininity, that is straight.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing gay about that. You feel me? I could see if I had a little beard like that. If I had a little beardy beard going on like how you got, then I'll be like, oh, you like masculine shit, don't you? You want me to put a little, you want me to put a strap on, you want me to peg you. But most dudes that like me are into women. Most dudes that are attracted to me like women. That's all they like. They don't want no hard legs.
But when you pull out your penis.
But I don't be pulling that out.
But you gotta get naked around these niggas.
I mean, yeah, but you ever heard of tucking?
You just gonna tuck it the whole time?
Yeah.
The whole time.
Shit, I had this little thing. I have a little blankie. She's my little best friend. I travel with her everywhere I go. So when I be with a guy, I have my little blankie. I have it like this. And then when I'm giving, the nigga head, sometimes I be just, doing my thing.
So I have a couple things. My first thing is, men, I can see why some of them say, how could you not know? Because there is nobody that is our age, that's an adult, that should be okay with sleeping with somebody and you can't see things. You allowing too much shit to happen for the sake of having sex. And that is just absolutely ridiculous. So you're not really doing anything to protect yourself or your space either, especially knowing stuff like this really exists. That makes no logical sense. And I'm pretty sure, dark or not, at some point you see the towel or whatever for spotting. If that's the case, they didn't see no blood. So how exactly does that happen? Row is frozen. That I really don't understand how that happens. It literally makes no sense. I just don't understand. So you need to take accountability as well. At this day and age, to me, if you don't have a recent STD test, it's certain things. And that's why when I was saying the different things that I do is dating and everybody was laughing, the shit is not funny when it's not funny. When you see things like this, it makes you change the way you operate. Me coming from the space that I'm in and seeing some of the things I've seen, yes, my maneuvers change because it's nothing I could do to take back AIDS. It's nothing I could do to take that back. Simply for sex has never been that good to me to get AIDS. Never. So at a certain point, you got to take accountability too. That amount of deception.
That's why I said it's just weird to me. Like, I literally don't understand it. Like, to me, and it almost makes sense, but it don't. Like what she said, when you look at me, do you see a man? No, I don't see a man. But when I find out that you're a man, you still have a whole penis. So it's like, that does make you gay, but it's so confusing. Like, I never understood when man dates a transsexual woman. Like, that makes no sense to me. I'd be like, why he just won't date a regular woman? Like, it don't make sense to me. Like, that is so weird to me. Like, I literally don't understand.
The woman. Because you wait, transsexual or transgender? Transsexual,
Transgender, I mean transgender
transgender.
woman. Like
Because
when a regular man, like when when a gay man dates a transgender woman. Like, I be wondering, like, why won't you just be straight? Because you're still dating somebody that looks like a woman.
so I figured that one out. I figured it out. I had to draw it. I figured it out because no, I really did. And I had to watch a whole nother show because it was one that popped up and the person was exactly what you just, they were like, um, they went to get a sex change to become a woman and dated a woman. Yeah, they went a sex change to become a woman and it became a woman. I was like, so you were straight, but you were straight. You just went around to the same thing you already had. But the difference was, I believe that person, it's about the external appearance. She was saying that she's always believed she should look like a girl, like dresses and things like that. But when it came to what she wanted, the part she wanted was the same part she was going to get. So I guess she really admired the parts. So she wanted them, and she
Girl,
wanted.
that mess is confusing. Like,
That's what I
that's
got
too
out
much.
of it.
It's too confusing. That scrambles my mind. Like,
Because
I
you did
don't get
that.
it.
You were a man and you're dating a woman, but you went and
Yeah,
changed yourself to a woman to date a woman. Why didn't you say the male dating the woman?
that's what I
I'm
don't
with
get.
you.
So that's why when she said they straight, it kind of makes sense because, yeah, if you look at her, she do look like a woman. But
Right.
then when you find out that she still have man parts and you still want to talk to her, then you gay. Like, that's the part that he should have asked her after that. So once they know that you are, then does that make the girl? That mess is ridiculous.
So I think there is, oh, I can answer that question. We pulled a clip for it. Please hold.
I mean, I'm a woman. I'm a girl. Like, I have topped maybe like 2 or 3 guys in my whole life, just because they kind of paid me, and then it was something about a straight hood nigga, just like, hey, bend me over. Yeah, bend me over. They like real masculine with it. Like, they want, like, a lot of men get pegged. You know what that means, right?
Yeah, I know what that means.
So that means the girl is fucking him. So pegging, I would be like a pegger, but I don't need the dildo. But sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I did have to use a dildo one time on this guy because I couldn't really.
You couldn't what?
I couldn't really get up, so it's like, it's kind of hard. The hormones kind of make me hard to get hard.
Oh, okay.
So I have to really be turned on to really be like a I have to really be turned on by you. But I did use a dildo, and I made this guy think that I was fucking him with my actual girl penis, but I wasn't.
How the fuck you tricked him? But you had it was
It
strapped
was
up?
it was a little dildo, and the lights was low. And I
Y'all
told him,
love some low
I
lights.
said, turn your ass around, nigga. I said, don't look back. Don't look back, motherfucker. Don't look back. I'm about to shove this shit up on you. And then I put the motherfucking little white. See, I didn't want him to look back because it was white. It was a white little dildo. So if he looked back, he'd have been like, oh, this shit ain't real. Where's your penis? So I had to make sure he was giving me a nice little amount of money. He gave me like $800 just to, he thought I was fucking him. So yeah, sometimes you gotta fake it to make it.
Fake it to make it.
So I got 2 questions. 2. First question is, you lied at the beginning when you said, I used to trick people at the beginning, but now I don't. I thank God I'm still here because tricking is not okay. You shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. But you just said you do it. That's number one. Number two is, do you just carry dildos with you?
Probably.
Because she was getting paid to do it, so she showed up with that just in case?
Just like she said, she take her little blanket with her everywhere. She probably take a dildo too. But she's still tricking people, and like you said, she said that in the beginning. She don't do it no more, but you still do. But the thing is, I don't know how she tricks some people. Like, she's known now. Like, how would...
Yeah, now ain't nobody got no excuse.
Yeah, like, how would you not know? Unless it is some niggas that don't
be on the internet like that.
Yeah, it really is. But still, somebody that, if they showed her picture to somebody, they gonna know who she is. Like, she's too known now.
And see, that's where stuff goes left and it becomes unsafe. Because I was really breaking it down, like, when people try to, okay, so it's this guy named Jerome something. He's on Instagram and he is he's homosexual and he lives in Atlanta, and he posted today about the 2 women that were recently killed by their people or whatever. And he was like, thank goodness they was caught. At this point, this don't make no sense, blah, blah, blah. And people was in the comments saying, at this point, you know, that population needs to stop, one, messing with young boys, because you guys take, or they, not you guys, they were saying that people that, there's a amount of people that do it too, and they target younger boys because they know younger boys will do things like what Sydney Starr just said. If you try to get with a younger boy and you fly like that, they so happy that you want to be with them, they're not going to check for everything. That could happen. Then two, it was, y'all need to stop lying. And he was like, too many people know now, you should know, blah, blah, blah. Y'all need to stop putting the blame on everybody else. If you didn't tell them, then they don't know. Let's just make that safe to assume. So stop trying to put the responsibility on other people. And one of the transgender women that was murdered, it was a 17-year-old boy that she was messing with, and that boy didn't know. So when he found out, he did what he did. So we're going to still hold that 17-year-old boy accountable. And when you think about, I could see how somebody could snap, because for a man, that's like being raped for a man. And psychologically for a woman, it is very different for a woman to be raped as opposed to a man, because they have their strength attached to it, protection, all of those things. So you literally you just turned this man into a bitch without his permission. So when he snaps, that's like telling somebody, if they mess with one of your kids, how you gonna respond? You going for blood. If you gonna kill him, you gonna kill him because it's your child. It's literally that big of a deal. And when people stop trying to downplay it and act like that grown men shouldn't react like this, no, you're right. That's a grown man. You shouldn't do this. How about that? Stop putting the blame on somebody else because you lied. I can't imagine. Can you what I tell people, think about it like this, and I actually commented and said, think about it like this. If that was your son and your son came home and said that, how would you feel? Not your man, your son. Because your baby gonna always be your baby. You won't even let their wife talk to him. So how you gonna feel? You're gonna be ready to go for blood. So stop playing. It's that serious. And I think if we look at more things from the perspective of our own family being impacted that way, you'll see it different than just somebody's man. But I don't care. If it was my husband, I would have a problem with it. You have the right to protect the people you love. If that was, I can't imagine. Because to your point, I got this fly such and such. Oh, let me see her picture. Oh, here she is. Nigga, that's Sydney. Can you imagine?
Girl, no. Because I sure would be like, cool. Do you know?
I can't imagine.
Do you know who this is?
I can't imagine.
I'm going to need you to sit down and take a drink. Look, I'm going to need you to sit down and take a drink.
I'd be like, oh. I'd be like,
I'm about to tell you,
I have to tell you, but I'm gonna need you to take the Xanax first. I'm gonna need you to calm down. We're gonna need some anointing oil. We're gonna need a pass. Call your mama. Because I'm trying for you not to get in trouble. I'm not trying to protect this other person. I'm at this point trying to protect the person I love. Like, how do you even tell somebody something like that?
That's why I said I don't think she can really trick that many people nowadays. I don't think she can. But it's
Probably
still
not.
deceitful what she's doing. Like, you still saying that you doing it to people. You still doing it.
That part. And so for the ones, so that's insane to me because those are the ones that are accepting you the way that you are, and you still tricking them because it's what you want to do.
Yep.
How? Why didn't you just return the money? I think she said they paid her $800 or something. It's better to be upfront about everything. It's people that also get, this isn't the only space where people get hurt. It's people that snap if they find out you married. It's people that snap that find out that you have kids. It's people that snap that find out if you have a record. It's people that snap if they find out you have done anything to alter their life without permission.
And that's you should. But like people say, I wish we could have had a transgender on here.
I don't know.
I don't know none either. My question would be like, when is the best time to tell them? Like I said before, if you guys are happy in a space that you're in and the person you are, why is it a secret? Like, when do you tell them?
I think we should keep asking them that question because I don't think that they should have the right to answer that question. I think just like I don't believe that if you have, now it's not the same as, it's life altering. So to me, I don't think we should be asking that question anymore. At this point, it should be a whole damn campaign on to save your life and to save the life of my son, who you could potentially do this to. And then my son is in jail forever. You should have to tell. I don't care. You should have to tell.
But a person shouldn't have to go to jail for that. Like, if they honestly didn't know that was, and they do that, I feel like they should not have to go to jail.
No,
they should not.
And a 17-year-old, isn't that statutory rape? So how is,
so the little boy went to jail?
Yeah, that was what the guy was posting about, that both of the males who did it have been caught. But of course he left all that part out. That it was a whole 17-year-old who didn't know and things like that. Of course he left that part out. And that's what I don't like. No matter what, they're going to go down protecting their community, but you've created this whole separate reality for yourself, but that's not real. Even with that, you're still my son. You're still my brother. I still want you to be okay. I still want you to be safe. And I'm a person that's logical, even in situations that have happened that haven't ended the way I wanted them to, in death. I've had to be like, well, okay, this person was, a gang member. So you kind of, you don't want it, but you can't just be on the news talking about, they gave themselves to Jesus. You took them to church when they was 5. Like, don't do that. And definitely don't target somebody else's if you don't understand why this could happen. You do. So you should have put that much effort into trying to make them tell the truth. But even when I wrote on that post, one of the girls, a girl commented, and she was like, thank you for responding like you have some sense. And she was like, as somebody with 2 brothers and one is transitioning, I tell my brother too, that start telling when you started transitioning, you should have started telling because you want to be accepted for that now. So that should have been a part of your new identity. And her brother won't do it either. And she was like, I fear for my brother. So I can understand. So me having my stance I'm actually connected to it and have this opinion. So, it just was, I just don't think that they should be able to make that decision for somebody else. That's not private business once you step into a bedroom with someone else. It's just not.
Even before you step in the bedroom, hell.
Right. Well, step into that space. Let's see. I didn't play this one. I don't think no. We played the one where she says she puts the towel under her and she flipped over and all of that.
Yeah.
I was looking down. It's too much for me. I'm good. And she just makes this guy so uncomfortable too. Again, going back to how the trickery.
He did a good job. He did a
He
good
did a
job.
good job. Like her nipple came out and she reached over and grabbed his beard. And that's where I say that mindset. Think about it deeper than what you see on surface level. Almost every part of their life interacting, it's a joke and it's a game and it's funny. Why are you doing that to that man?
She
Then
kept
if he
asking
were to
him, was he
respond and slap her
waxed?
hand or
Yeah.
cut the interview, then he would be wrong. If he just, if he had a knee-jerk reaction, because the reality is, yes, I see a woman in my face, but once you tell me you're a male, I'm not attracted. So stop trying to entice me with you being a woman. And very similar to women that try to entice married men. Yes, he might be attracted to you. He's not dead, but the more you throw it in his face, yes, that is something that could happen. It could happen when you're drunk. Because let's just be honest, if you're this deceptive and y'all cool like that and they trying to remain your friend, they're going to still be around you. So you apparently like to wait until people are in a position where you can do different things. And that's borderline rape to me. It's not okay.
No.
It's not okay. And she gonna say she don't want to have kids. That's what. Let me see. What did she say about having kids? Hold on, it's real quick.
Do you want kids?
Nah, I don't want no kids. I had a child. He died. It was a cat.
You see why I say it's something wrong upstairs? You see why Dr. P says it's something wrong upstairs? You had a child and it was a cat. So let me get this straight. You trick men into believing that you are a woman. Then you want them to accept it when you tell them you're not a woman. Then you want them to accept it when you say, oh, and I don't want no kids. I don't want to adopt. I don't want nothing. I just like living my oasis life. So you just want everything your way. You're just going to change this man's whole life. And that's okay. How? How? Because I'm pretty sure if you don't tell him what you are, I'm pretty sure that you can't tell him that you don't want to have kids. You could alter somebody's life, their life, their legacy, and it is no big deal. How? I don't understand.
No.
How they don't see the severity. The severity alone would be me protecting my life. And then these tricks that you're doing, all of these things that look adventurous, then us women have to do those things because that's now the trend. No, that's not the trend. The trend is that deception is out there. And like he said, y'all love to keep those lights low and you will give somebody head and like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's how I would be wondering too, like why we always gotta have the light off. But then I have to think some women are like that too.
Some women are like that. Mm-hmm. And dim is different than lights off,
Yeah.
Dim is different. So that part, all of that, I get that part. Unless, well, no, because I can't see not ever having morning sex, never in the shower.
Yeah, like you can't, like it's just mind blowing.
On vacation.
Yeah.
You don't ever get so drunk that you slip up. So that means you really putting some.
And she ain't, and she looked like she be getting drunk. So I don't know how she. Yeah, I don't know how she ain't. Them people gotta know. She probably just think they playing the game with her, but they gotta know it ain't no way.
Or do you think when they're getting close to know? Because she said she's only been in 3 relationships.
And yeah, she only been in 3 relationships, but she probably out. You see her say that she always gotta have some though. She only been in.
But what I'm saying is not all the time, right? So maybe it's all the time. Maybe what I'm saying is it's not like a relationship. You won't be going on vacation. You won't be doing those things. So maybe that's what she gave up in place of
her little rendezvous.
Finding out. Yeah, it's like that. You go to clubs. You don't go out during the day. You don't go on vacation. You don't sleep over. Because you can't possibly sleep over. Because men do, well, if a woman is in the bed, he's not sleeping on his side of the bed at all.
No.
Ain't gonna happen. And he's gonna wake you up.
Exactly. Feeling and touching.
That's how he wakes you up.
Feeling.
And then how do you explain that you like, what do you say? Oh, I love to give oral sex, but I don't like it. So what if you get with somebody and they really into oral sex to do it for you? And then how do you lay there and please yourself
and them not see?
And them not see nothing?
But she said that they got a cover. Like, what is that cover made out of metal?
That's right.
What is the cover made out of metal? Like, you should still see.
It's a disappearing blanket.
Yeah, because you should still see something sticking up right there. And you doing? I'm just too nosy. That's why I just don't get it.
That's not nosy. That's what I'm saying. How are you not paying attention to these things? That deception is happening because you too interested in getting what you want too as the male, and they know how to trick you because y'all be too eager for me. I ain't never been. Listen. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. And all of these things is why I don't do certain things, because no, if you really want to do certain things, I'm sorry, but that is my belief and I have the right to believe what I want to in my relationship. If you don't like it, you don't have to be with me, but I'm married. If there's certain things you want and that's what you always want, I believe you want a man, because that's not natural. Back there doesn't even feel like a vagina. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't. So,
but a lot of them to give it and let them say it feel better
because it's tighter, but it's not wetter.
Yeah, it's tighter. I don't know.
And it's tighter for some people.
Yeah, that's why I be saying I wish I could just be a man. You can give me 24 hours because I'm about to see everything. I'm doing everything in that 24 hours because
I just go undercover.
Yeah, I just want to see, because they will say it's tighter and all that, but I'm like, it's not wetter. But I guess they put lube on it. Like, I just don't get it.
The position of it ain't the same.
Yeah,
the feel of it ain't the same. It don't have walls. I don't understand.
And then how are you? But that's why I'm saying a man that would allow a woman to just do that every time they gay anyways. Because a man ain't gonna just a man, to me, I'm not a man, but to me, a man is not gonna just want to have anal sex all the time. Like, I don't care. And if you do, you're gay. I don't care what nobody say.
If you do it that way all the time, you gotta be in one position.
Yeah, you're gay. Like, it's no way.
Most people don't even want one position during one session. So I just can't make that make sense. Then that means for sure you're not making love. You are literally being fucked. That's off the table. You're not making love. If you're hiding things, you're not making love because you can't even relax. Your body is not available. And if it can't be somebody she's with repeatedly either or on a consistent basis, because then they would know her cycle.
Sure will. These men, you don't even got to have a pink pad no more. They know when your period
They know it better than you. they can tell if you had strawberries for breakfast.
Girl, for real. The ones that's really into the women and know a woman's body, they gonna know, like, ain't your period supposed to start? Ain't your period should have started already, right?
Mm-hmm. They know everything. So.
Are you my pink pad now? Are you my pink pad? Hell.
Why are you in my business?
Right. I can take that app off my phone now. Because
men in that space, if you want to know a space where men are nosy, that would be it.
Girl.
So I don't understand. I believe that they, again, allow it to happen because at some point they figure it out. Now it's too late. I don't know. Maybe now it's too late once they figure it out. Or maybe once they start to figure it out and she feel it, that's when she stopped leaving that person alone.
Maybe.
But there's definitely some boundaries in that space because you're not living free at all. But I would like for them to stop lying, because the workarounds that y'all are doing is really making it hard for women as well. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it from several perspectives. I have nephews. I have uncles. Listen, if you want to lynch mob, try with one of mine, because they're not going to be the only one coming for you. So don't do it. How about that? Because you can't tell somebody how to be mad. Deception it's no reason for it.
Yeah,
it's no reason for it. I just don't get it. Nobody can accept you if you don't accept you. But you want to make this make-believe story up in your head. I get it. When you were growing up, you wanted to play with dolls and you wanted to be with Barbie. Be Barbie. But hell, I wanted to be Claire Huxtable. It's not reality. You eventually accept that you can emulate some of those things, but that's literally not going to be you. You should want to be your own person and be
Right.
comfortable being your own person. I mean, hell, at the very least, at least, when you get a butt or breast implants, you get to pick exactly how you want yours. That's what you have over us. Listen, I would be proud. I would, because I don't think you should do anything and not be proud of it, because you're a prisoner and you're consistently worried about being hurt, being outed, things like that, when you could just live your truth and find love a lot sooner. How do you find love?
Right.
Through a lie. Then you get close and you fall in love with somebody because they showed themselves to you, but now you're like, dang, I can't even move forward because of this. And I've seen that several times. I can't even move forward because of this or that. And it's all what you did to yourself. Y'all got to start telling the truth. It's not safe. You're ruining families. You're disrupting families. It's not safe. And I don't feel sorry for you when you lie and then something happens to you. Do I think that killing somebody should ever be it?
No, but you have to think about them.
Again, let somebody mess with your child and you tell me if you think killing is okay. They could get the bones shaved down now, girl. They could get it shaved down now.
I'm not surprised, Shell. They get everything done.
They could get it shaved down now. Well, that's what I heard.
I'm pretty sure that they can.
I've heard that they can. And then
that's what I'm saying. I live by that rule. If you see a woman that is just gorgeous, flawless, that's a man.
I do too. If they look too perfect,
that's a man.
Yeah, I believe so. Even if I would think so, I would ask for a picture, some type of yearbook. You got to show me something. Again,
but just like you said, you didn't have. I was about to say, you said you barely had any.
I didn't, but I got that one that absolutely looks like Asia is a little girl. She's dressed as a little girl.
Let me see your birth certificate. Let me see your birth certificate. Well, now they can make birth certificates, so I'll take that back.
What?
You can make, people is so fake nowadays. They can make birth certificates.
I didn't know that one.
Well, I haven't seen one, I'm like, I haven't seen one actually, but I'm pretty sure that they can.
Oh, you know what? I do know that you can, because when you go to relocate, witness protection, all of that, I saw it on Blacklist.
Okay.
You can.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure that you can.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how it's too much stuff that they could still go. Girl, I don't know. Nowadays, the technology is just too much nowadays. You really just don't know. You really don't know. But a woman, if they flawless, that's a man. It's a man. And it's just a cold world. It's just a cold world out there now.
It's cold as hell. I would say that in this space, well, hell, I can't even say that, because I was actually going to say, in this space, this is the one time I'm happy to be a woman, because I don't have to deal with that. But you actually do, because what they're doing is affecting our men and then affecting the things we have to do, and all of that. For a split second, I got happy. See how that went away real quick? I can't. So
yeah, my mind be like that too.
I'll be trying to find some type of loophole, but I don't like liars. I don't like deception. It just doesn't even make sense to me. But people do what they do. So,
they do. You just have to find the right one. I remember we had went to Atlanta. It had to been like 10 years ago. They wasn't transgenders. Some of them was, but I remember we went Gay Pride weekend. We didn't even know it was Gay Pride weekend. We was just literally just going to have fun. And I remember me with my Aquarius self drinking and all that, just walking down the street. And it was like, this dude was like, hey, where are you going? I was like, oh, to this club down the street. I'm about to get me and my friends a table. They on their way. And he was like, do you know what kind of club you going to? And I was like, I mean, it ain't a club. It's like a lounge. Yeah, it's a lounge. He was like, but do you know what kind? And I was like, I mean, where they have
Where they
drinks
play
at?
music?
Yeah, like I'm confused looking. He was like, you know, that's a gay club, right? And then I was like, gay? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, no, I didn't know that. I said, but that's fine. He was like, are you and your friends gay? I was like, no, but I mean, we don't care about that. Like,
Right.
we'll
We're
kick
going
it,
to party.
we'll kick it. He was like, oh, okay. Well, tell your friends. He was like, y'all don't even got to get a table. Y'all can come sit with us. And then I was like, well, why you going there?
You really asked that?
Girl, because that's when my eyes was open. Cause I was like, why are you going there? He was like laughing. He was like, I'm about to meet my boyfriend there. I was like, you got a boyfriend? And he was like, yes, Asia, I'm telling you, I could not believe it. I thought he was just lying to me. Like, and when I walked into that club, bar, whatever lounge it was, my mouth just dropped. Because it didn't look like, you know how they put the narrative
What
out
you
there,
think it will look
what
like.
you think it would look like.
Mhm.
Nobody in there look gay.
No.
Nobody.
And
Nobody.
everybody in there don't look like Wayman.
Oh my gosh, I could not believe it. And then when his boyfriend rolled up, I was like, is this for real your boyfriend? Like, I was so in shock. Girl, they had the same tattoo by their private area and everything, was kissing. I said, after that, I said, y'all didn't open up my eyes forever. But what I can give all them they prop songs, they wasn't
I
hiding
love
nothing.
it.
Now
Live your
they could have
life.
really been hiding it because they didn't look like it. Some of them look like gangbangers, all kind of stuff. I was like, everybody in here is gay. And he was like, yes. I was like,
All the males are
girl.
gay, but in spaces like that, what I have found that women will approach you, but they'll ask you first because we're comfortable going into that space because, like you said, we could go for partying, we could go because our gay friend is having a party. We're completely comfortable. So women will respectfully ask in that space. Men, if you go in there off top, you there again, and that's a perfect example of how different women are in that space versus men. You men don't want no parts of it. That's their brother, they whatever. If their brother has a party at a gay club, you can count on your brother. He's not going with you. He's not going with you. He's not, and it has nothing to do with being a homophobe or anything like that. They're not comfortable in that space.
But we up in there.
Okay. I'm not comfortable in a bike club, but men are comfortable in a bike club. Everybody has their right to have the things that they're comfortable with and not. And it is some things that more gender will do versus another gender. We have fun at those clubs because, like you said, oh, you could sit with us. They invite us into that space because I'm a girl and you're a girl. That's the way they see it.
And for them, me, it wasn't like I'm a girl, you a girl. I'm a girl, he was still a man.
No, I'm saying for them.
Oh, for them in their mind. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it.
Said, oh, come, just sit with us.
Yeah, it's just sit with us. And they I just couldn't believe it because none of them looked like it. I said, oh, y'all could be tricking females all day long.
And they are.
Like, all of them was fine. All of them was fine. I said, like, y'all too fine to be gay like this. Like, I just did not, for my mind, it just didn't click in my mind. I was like, y'all, and for the rest of the weekend, they had, my ass. They was like, oh, you, the next morning, they talk about, Rashonda, you can come over, we'll cook you and your friends breakfast and everything. Girl, I'm like, why are you
see, that's what I feel like it should. I've been around most of the ones I'm around are like that. So I feel like it's so much beauty in that. Do I like seeing them kiss and things like that? Let's just be clear. I don't like seeing nobody kiss. So I'm just saying. I think that's the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be happy with whatever you are.
Yep, exactly. Like, be whoever you are. Don't be down low. If you're a transgender woman or male, be proud that you're that. Yep. Like, that's what you wanted to be. So be proud.
Yep.
Be proud of who you are.
Executives. So talking in this country anyway, talking about, oh, well, I can't move up in my career. I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, why? Because you know that actually a Black female is at the bottom of the totem pole, so you don't want to be that in that space. You don't want them to know. You want them to continue to look at you like a male because you know that'll get you better positions. Oh, okay, I get it. But still, Black women are on the rise too. Again, if you accept and want this space, then you want everything that comes with that space. You cannot alter it to fit your agenda. Otherwise, no, you will never feel accepted. You will always feel like you're hiding in some way, and you will never give it a chance to see if you would have been accepted in that space if you were just yourself. Nobody is accepted in every single space. Almost everybody deals with discrimination. Is it heightened for certain people? Of course it is. But that's just a part of the reality. I'm not less black when I walk into a corporate office. I'm not. I don't use slang like that, but I'm not less black. If I want to wear my
Right.
chucks, if I want to wear my hoops, if I want to wear my braids, all of that, I'm gonna do all of that, because not gonna not be the best parts of me that I love. It wouldn't make me comfortable. You'll always be ready to get out of that space. So I don't think it's a good idea. But that is it for us tonight on this topic, honey. Most of all, be comfortable being who you are and stop doing this kind of stuff. It's not fair. Kendra posted a highlight today, and it was a woman that could be like our aunt's age who stays in Atlanta, and she was like, "Oh, well, why are you single?" And she was like, "Oh, because I found out that my
Oh,
husband is
I seen that.
I was like, dang, like, goodness. And then people, oh, it's just safe to assume if you in Atlanta, you're not gonna have your own man. Okay, so we'll end on that note. And next week's topic, I don't know what we're gonna have it as yet, but we will talk about it. If you want to watch the show, you're more than welcome to go and watch it. As soon as you type in her name, it comes right up, and then you'll see in the thumbnail, it's her and the guy in the thumbnail. So you'll be able to see it right there, and you can watch it from beginning to end, and then come back and let us know how you feel after you see all of it, and see that nothing was chopped to look anything different than the way it was said. I only cut out in the first one some of the P words because it was like back to back to back to back to back. So I was able to cut some of those out, but that's it. Everything else was played exactly how it was in the context that it was. So let us know what you think. And that is it from me. Ro?
I just wanted to say it again. Everybody be happy everybody be happy with what you are or who you want to be. Like, that's who you want to be. So be proud of who you are. There's no reason to hide it or trick people or nothing. Be happy with the skin that you're in, that you created.
And get therapy. If you're not happy yet, get therapy.
Yeah,
like
get
Dr.
therapy.
P. No different than what she mentioned in saying that anybody that makes a transition, anything from weight to breast augmentations, anything can require therapy, and it's nothing wrong with getting it. You're actually helping yourself. So
I believe in therapy. So yeah, get therapy, journal, do yoga, something.
Whatever you need to not be deceptive, because y'all here losing a whole life. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share this video with everyone. If you have a topic idea, you can send it to us too. And that is it from us.
Good night.